The famous Instagram DMs, don't get too big. You look like a man. Gross, ew, alien, muscle on women. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna unbox some unboxes. We're gonna unbox some boxes as we unbox a controversial topic of the idea of society's pressure. I sound like a philosopher. Society's pressure on women's body. Now we're gonna talk about Instagram, people's body types, specifically women with muscle, my own experience. Let's go. We got 4 boxes. It's not relevant to the topic, but we're gonna unbox it. You have a chance to win one, but you gotta watch the video. I thought about renaming this to What's in the Box, but then I Googled what's in the box.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
It's like a Brad Pitt. And is it like super morbid what's in that box? If I'm right, I don't wanna give it away. I haven't seen it, but I saw something I don't wanna see. What sparked this is lately I've been doing a lot of reflection on my own body type, how much pressure I felt throughout the years to do it, especially because I'm getting my implants removed. Safety, children. I'm gonna do my own surgery. I've been doing a lot of reflection on why I train how I do, why I eat how I do. Like, not necessarily now, I'm getting a bit more insight, but like why I did things in the past. We're gonna talk about my legs and my boobs specifically. This is for another video and it just came now because shipping issues in Canada. I'm gonna talk about my legs because almost if any body type has been really like society driven, I think it's legs. For me, I grew up playing sports, basketball and volleyball. My mom joked about I had calf since the day I was born, just calf genetics. I've been a skinny, lean person, I guess, my whole life. I'm just long limbed. I'm not even that like lean, I'm just really long limbed. But I always had muscle from just playing sports. And I remember being in my early 20s, and that was like when the Victoria's Secret model era was in. And then like the muscle you were supposed to have was like a 6-pack. You were supposed to have really long, skinny legs with absolutely no muscle. And I remember there was a period when sports ended, I like tried to get rid of my muscle almost. And I'm even like embarrassed to say that, but I just hated my legs so much because even though they were skinny, like it wasn't like, there's nothing I could almost do. Like I had man legs, I felt, because they were like long, lean, and muscle. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, eye roll. I understand, like that seems like just a lot of people's goals, but just being open about like my own insecurities. I was so insecure about my legs for like the first like 20 years of my life. Oh, I finally got a pair of Jordans. Oh my God, these are so beautiful. I just recently only bought Jordans because I remember trying on a pair when I was in like 19 and I played basketball. So if you want to talk about a girl who's been around, these are not Jordans, these are Air Force One. What am I saying? Just that whole genre of like athleisure shows. I remember trying on my first like non-basketball pair, like just casual sneakers, and being like, oh my God, my calves. And I know they're not that big, but it was just like, there's no hiding. And then for every other girl who had them, there's just like nothing there. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I'm not saying one's bad or the other, but I just remember being so self-conscious that I hadn't bought shoes like this my entire life. Oh baby, how cool do those look? Clothing is so weird. I bought them used, but they cost more because I didn't get them when they dropped. I guess that's the game. That's the game these kids play these days. There's kids selling sneakers on the internet that have more savings than I do. Also, do you like this new studio setup? You're gonna be seeing more of it for the Unbox series. Before you were like, Keltie, oh my God, I'm so proud of you for opening up your own studio. No, it's Joe's, my friend Joe's. I just got good friends. You like these? Honestly, I am obsessed. Am I a basic bitch now because I got a pair of Air Force Ones? You bet your ass, but sometimes basic things are just the best thing. I just remember being really conflicted that I felt like a girl. I felt girly at times, but then like society, I always felt like, for whatever reason, the fitness industry and everything painted in my head that because I was lean and had muscle and wasn't curvy, I did not have a feminine body type. And I remember when basketball ended, I did get into like sports modeling because I thought that'd be cool. Like I always wanted to be in a Nike ad. So I was like, the best way I could do that is getting into fitness modeling. Ironically, doing the complete opposite is what got me down that road, but that's for another time. I went to a modeling casting and I remember getting into like the bodybuilding world and all that. And I was always told,
you need more feminine curves.
And they always worked around it. In essence, what they're saying is that you have to be skinny and lean enough that you don't have boobs, but you have to have boobs. And so I got breast implants to make me feel more girly. That way that was like, okay, I can be long and lean and have muscle, but if I had fake boobs, then you had a socially acceptable body. Guys, I'm a little worried about Jim. You're the degenerate of the group. Jim is the least of our worries.
Play nice. Let drunk Keltie speak her truth, regardless of the fact we don't know a word she's saying.
It dawned on me as I was walking home from parlor at 2 a.m. yesterday.
Have you ever seen Jim eat a vegetable?
Oh my God. How do we know?
1 second, let me hack into my fitness pal.
Research Keltie, welcome to the dark side.
Shut up, it's for the greater good.
Oh Lord, it's bad, it's bad.
He hasn't eaten a vegetable since that one zucchini in that HelloFresh ad in 2020. Oh my God, he's gone straight carnivore.
Me, shock. No vegetables. Meat. Too bad we couldn't just spike his water with something.
Bingo!
AG1. You guys know my love of Athletic Greens. It is an essential nutrition company that was created a movement about simplifying your health routine. It's better nutrition made a lot simpler. It's 75 minerals, whole food sources, superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens all in one convenient daily serving. This special blend of ingredients helps your body's nutritional needs and support gut health, immunity, energy, recovery, focus, and aging. I love it especially when I'm traveling because I never know what I'm going to get at airports and on the road. As long as I have my Athletic Greens, I know it's nutritional insurance. So even if I don't get a vegetable or if I have very limited vegetables, I know I have that. The spirulina and slippery elm I really find helps with my digestion. Also, it has a ton of energy supporting ingredients, a natural form of B12, biotin. It really helps just actually give you energy versus just relying on caffeine like I normally do. Also, I call it Athletic Greens because as a screwed up, they recently rebranded to AG1. Just look at that branding, guys. It's aesthetic. It's that girl. Go to the link in the description now to get a year's supply of vitamin D3, K12, and 5 travel packs for free with your first purchase. This is a game changer for supporting your immune system. AG1 provides your body with everything it needs for optimal performance every single day. Once again, Athletic Greens is giving my community an immune supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your purchase. Thank you AG1 for sponsoring this video. Now this one is very Instagram-y, so I thought this would be the perfect time to talk about the concept of then how Instagram changed it all. Victoria's Secret models were in at like the start of social media and then became the Kardashians. What was in? Thighs came in also too, but it was just like the idea of like the big BBL. Big butt, tinier legs, thighs were now acceptable. That's where society started to paint the ideal woman. So we went from heroin chick in the 90s to Victoria's Secret model, very tall, lean, with boobs, 6-pack, to Kim Kardashian, hourglass. An elephant walks into the bottom. This is a really funny story talking about influencers because if you guys have been around for a while, you'll know I'm obsessed with Drunk Elephant. I read it just like I read all the terms and conditions on Apple before I sign. Oh, okay, this is pretty nice. Oh, look how cute this is. Now, this is funny. So if you guys know, I've religiously used Drunk Elephant. I've religiously used Drunk Elephant for like 3 years. It completely changed my skin. I did a whole, I'm not even a beauty YouTuber, and I did a whole video about my skincare journey with Drunk Elephant. That's how obsessed I am. And then in January, I decided you can't get Drunk Elephant in Sweden. So I was like, you know what? You gotta change your skincare brands. So I went to SkinCeuticals, like everything, because then I can get it in Sweden or here. I know this isn't a real muscle, but bear with me. And literally a week after, I was like, I'm changing it, everything. Drunk Elephant slid in my DMs. I was like, I've been religiously using you for 3 years, and then they just like sense it. They've never sent me anything. Now they like have a sense like, Keltie's left us. She'll no longer give us free promotion. And then they send me things. Oh my God. I went from pretty much like not liking my body in my before I was 20. That whole time I just was like, my body was for sports. That was all it was allowed to be. Like I never got a chance to just train to look a certain way. My idea was always for performance, which is a blessing and a curse. Like I feel it's a really good place, but it was also, I felt like I didn't get an own choice in how my body looked. It was like I have to be this small or this big, depending on the sport I was playing, what was most beneficial. And that was really hard. And then in my early 20s when basketball ended, it was like the first time I could just train or eat completely for aesthetics. I got hyper focused on that. And the funny thing about aesthetics is like, it's always, there's an in body type, which sounds repulsive, but like I was just saying, then like the Kim Kardashians came in. So I spent all this time looking a certain way, got breast implants, butts suddenly come in. I'm not a big butt girl. I did all this to love my body, started to enjoy it, and then be told, no, society wants this body type, which is, it's not me. I've trained so hard for so long to grow the glutes I have, and I'm really proud of them, but I will never have Kim Kardashian butt, or that's just not my genetics. I'm gonna actually have a whole video about girls and butts, but that's another one. The ones I actually love, the moisturizing cream, I do still use, yes, the cleanser every day. I use this once a week, the Hydro Facial, and then the retinol. I'm gonna do a little care package of the things I no longer use. There's a vitamin C, Glycol, there's a lip balm, eye cream, and we're gonna make a little gift package for you guys. You can possibly win this or the shoes, and I'll explain why in a minute. So there's like two sides to this. This one is like what media said is ideal, and also like the male gaze. Now I'm gonna speak from a straight female that likes straight men. And now to my gays, to my bis, to my non-binary folks, I love y'all. And hopefully you can just hear my perspective. I'm sorry this might not resonate with you. That was another funny thing about muscles. It was always to like, don't get too big. Because it was this idea of like, you couldn't be bigger than the guy. You couldn't be stronger than the guy. You couldn't be faster. You couldn't be more athletic. Because that would like make the man not feel as much of a man. He wouldn't be as masculine if you were stronger or more athletic than him. Even if we didn't say it, even if we didn't believe it, that was always just drilled in the back of our minds. So as someone who grew up as an athlete, I used to almost, I couldn't even say that, even though media kind of had that like painted in my ear, like, okay, you can work out this hard, you can work, but like, it was never get too muscly. It was always that. There was like, and what is the line? What is too muscular? What is too bulky? What is too manly, too big? Like, what is that? This is kind of what dawned even me wanting to start talking about this video. And I'm not gonna have a perfect answer. I just want to kind of talk my perspective and some of your guys' other perspective you sent in. I also then had this idea that was quite empowering a little while ago. And I want to make sure I say this right, because I know it's not going to be perfectly politically correct. So bear with me. I was in the gym the other day. I was working out. I felt really good. I felt like the most athletic I felt in a long time. I felt strong, I felt powerful, I felt fast, I felt athletic. There was a time in my life where like I wouldn't have wanted to work out like that because it didn't look pretty. Performance doesn't always look pretty. Performance can look raw. I left being like, but why? Why does it matter if I don't look pretty in this moment? Why does it matter if I don't look quote unquote feminine in this moment? And it was kind of the idea of like, well, you won't be attractive to the opposite sex. And then I kind of stood back and was like, why do I have to step back instead of pushing the person I'm trying to track forward? Now, an example I'm going to give, I know I was with someone in the past who, that was always like the attitude I was given, like, oh yeah, go work out, that's fun, but like, never be faster or stronger than me, and I always had to kind of put myself in a box, like I could never be too much, because instead of them trying to be better, I could never be better than them. Like, you know what I mean? I had to step back and like not allow myself to get to my own potential. Versus now, I'm in a relationship where it kind of just made me dawn on, I was like, oh no, if I run faster and lift heavier, if anything, that's just going to motivate them. Like, oh, I can't let my girlfriend be, you know, a guy doesn't have to think like that. A guy doesn't have to be stronger. Obviously, we're breaking gender norms right now, but like that's also, I think that's how a relationship should be. You should push each other. You shouldn't like tell the other person, oh, don't get better than me at something. Them trying to improve on something should be like, no, I want to improve too. And that was a realization also, and like I think is so empowering of like the female muscular movement is, it's no longer like, oh, we're gonna stay small. It's like, if you want to stay bigger than us, you work your butt off. Like, it's no longer about us just staying prim and proper and no muscle and all that. And not that you have to have muscle, but speaking of muscle and women, male masculinity is a whole topic itself, so we're not gonna dive into that. That's for another video. That's also, I'm like, is that even my place? I don't know, maybe I'll bring on a male and we can like talk about that. So it's just a crazy, just reflecting on the last few years of like how many choices I made in my own body to appeal to other people, even though I talk like, I'm confident, it's sports and athletics. Hopefully this resonates to someone, and it's not a weight off my chest. I've just done a lot of self-examining myself that I almost didn't allow myself to think. My implants are a great example. I hated them, but I had to for so long be like, no, I love them because I chose to get them and it's for myself and for my own confidence. It was very like surface level. It was very much like, oh, that's what people want to hear. That's the right thing to say, versus deep down I was like, no, this was a real regret and I don't like it. And I'm really trying to reflect on myself and like, what am I saying just because it's perfectly correct, and like why did I actually decide to make those decisions? And the reality is I spent a lot of time hating myself the last several decades just because media is constantly changing the body types we have to have. You've probably all heard the concept. I know a lot of my friends who are Gymshark athletes get this all the time. The idea that you can tell some girl with muscle she's gross. That just baffles my mind. Plus size women, curvier women have experienced that. Girls who are really skinny, like I've experienced that in the past, like gross, go eat a cheeseburger. No matter what, you're gonna be gross to someone, that's the only thing gross to me, that you can consider another human's body fat to muscle ratio gross. Like it just baffles my mind. Rooted in the concept, I think, of just what we were saying before. It's usually from insecure men. The idea of, oh, don't get too big because I'll have to get bigger. But yes, you gotta keep working. You wanna be the stronger, more masculine race, okay? Get to the gym. The feminism leaving my body when the movers came.
It's on my head.
No, I'm the girl, I'm small, I'm fragile, I can't lift, the boys have to go. So I'm a hypocrite. And if you don't, that's fine too. You don't have to, but I'm just saying, don't sit behind a keyboard and be like, that's gross. When you haven't worked out, you guys on Instagram, finish this response. And I thought this is really cool of like how times are changing though. Finish this sentence. Muscle on women is the response. Sexy, powerful, beautiful, art, admirable. Sign of outer and inner strength and fortitude. Sexy, 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 like so many.
I'm sexy and I know it.
Muscle on women helped me birth 2 children. But then there's still the great, not super big, but normal muscles. Everyone needs muscles to be healthy. Not super big, normal muscle. Like what does that mean? That's the backhanded. That's someone who used to be like, oh, it's gross. But now it's like, okay, a normal amount. So, okay, just like have muscle, but not too much. Oh my God, I'm so happy about this. I'm sorry, that was a beautiful moment. The Essential Bra is like my favorite bra. And they brought it in the Veuve Mimosa.
Champagne showers.
Which I've renamed it. If you're on my TikTok, you know. But I think my biggest reflection in the last few months is just like how tides are turning. There's different body types in the 90s, 2000s, 2010 to 2020. There was like, we all know the specific body types. I felt a victim to it. Like even diet culture is always seedy. Diet culture always is rooted in odd ways. The pressures girls feel to look a certain way. This is the first time I felt, and I wonder if this reflects with you guys, is like, what is the ideal body type right now? Because I don't really think there is one. I think the Kardashian era is, not that it's over, but we're all like, oh, BBLs, like it's kind of mainstream, people are aware of that. And big butts are in, but also muscular girls are in, and thin girls are in, and big and curvy, plus like it's kind of everything is in, and we're in this beautiful time. And what I want to make is like, please, can we all just like stay here? Can we please stop making women's body type a trend? The only male trends is like get big or dad bods, like there was a 2, but like for women, and there's other subsects and whatnot, but for the majority, like women for so long have been told that you have to look a certain way, and we're just kind of in this beautiful place right now where I don't think one body type stands out. And I was like, let's all band together and keep it that way. Let's see diversity in our feeds. Let's celebrate our body. Let's not try and change our body. Let's just like, for example, my legs. I'm no longer in a place where I'm like, your legs have to get less muscular. I'm just like, for the last little bit, and I say the last couple of years, I'm like, my legs are my favorite feature about me. Like that's, if I have to show off anything, it's gonna be my legs. Like they're strong and they're powerful, and I feel athletic, and I feel I can run and jump and do any challenge thanks to my legs. And they have walked so many miles, and I put them through so many injuries, knee injuries, and they always come back. And like now I'm just like, you know what? I'm wearing shorts in the middle of March in Canada, and I don't care.
Don't you remember when that plane had to land in the river in New York because Canada Gooses flew into the engine?
Ah, here. Okay, there's this new sports bra by Gymshark. And it's like for my itty bitty babies, definitely not the most supportive. It's gonna be small. I only got one because I know when I wear this with these fake tatas, it's gonna be not PG. It's gonna be R-rated. I'm so excited to be able to wear this and like celebrate my little titty. Because I'm coming back to the itty bitty titty committee. Please welcome me with open arms. I'm sorry I left you guys for so many years. I love this, and it's like adjustable. You can wear it like as a halter top in all these different ways. It's cute. My big ladies can wear it. I'm so excited to buy this / wear this. For this week's giveaway, you can either win the Drunk Elephant package or a pair of Air Force Ones. Not these exact ones, but like you can pick out a pair you want from like Nike.com. So comment down below the ones you want to win. So just say Drunk Elephant or shoes. But also hit the notification bell, because I will respond to your comment if you win. And to get notified, you have to have the notification bell on. So otherwise you won't know you win. Some other comments. Muscular is not the same as masculine. I don't know why that was like boom. Shut the fuck up, I'll deadlift you right now. That is the attitude I like. This is an interesting one. So there's a few. Boys have directly told me muscle such abs on girls is not attractive. My response to that is there's plenty of men out there that do find it attractive that are amazing men. And second of all, us women, we just can't even get that big if we tried. So that's also the funny underlying thing of this. Like if you want to be like one of those like jacked bodybuilders, like think of like the classic like ripped like biceps the size of my thighs kind of thing. Or they've been training in progressive overload surplus for like 40 years. So unless you're devoting 6 hours a day to bodybuilding, you're gonna be okay. Speaking of you guys, Sharon, go drink some water. I'm worried about your hydration. But I also wanted to reach out to like my younger girls. This taking me a long time to kind of get to this attitude. I don't know if it's times are changing or if I'm just getting older, but like just some insight. One comment I got is, I'm a swimmer and in high school they used to make a lot of fun of my shoulders. Oh my God, girl, I feel you. I'm shaped like an upside down triangle from swimming. I did competitive swimming. I've got big, wide shoulders. And I remember all the photos used to me, like I used to be like this. Like I'd always like lean. If you look so many photos, it's like that lean to not just like show off how broad my shoulders are. And now I'm so thankful for my wide shoulders because what it does is, maybe you can see it from the back, is it creates this like waist. I don't really have the tiniest waist in the world, but I got the hourglass shape because I have shoulders, which you can build. If you want to build shoulders, that's the cool thing. You're allowed to build anything you want. And I think that's my biggest perspective now. I'm not saying I won't have any aesthetic goals moving forward, but it's more of like, I'm really trying to hyper aware of myself. Like anytime I make an aesthetic goal, is it a goal I truly want? Or is it an aesthetic goal that I think people want me to have? So I think I'll be more attractive to other people if I do this. Or is it something I truly want to look like? If no one's ever going to see me, if I have to wear the baggiest shirts and sweatpants the rest of my life, would I still want those goals? And I'm really trying to do that. And I've just felt really excited about performance lately. And I don't know how my body's going to change. I have some really big, insane goals involving jumping and sprinting and my running challenge. And I'm just so excited to move towards performance. I really hope women specifically, and I think it's already happening, we stop putting fitness as resolved around our bodies. And with this kind of cool transitional place, we're just in this beautiful time frame right now that there's not really a specific body type, and let's all train for performance. Let's train for our health, our mental health. Let's go on our hot girl walks to just feel better, get outside the house. Let's try and run marathons. Let's try and lift a certain amount of weight. Let's like go to the gym to meet people, because oh my God, I just really miss hugging people and seeing people, and it's a great way to have community and make friends. And can we make that fitness? And the only way we're gonna get about that is like media no longer controls the narrative. We control the narrative. You control what you click on. I control what I click on. We control our news feeds. Like this is the first time in society we're not just like there's 10 TV channels, 3 magazines, they tell us what we look like, we listen to us. We get to curate our entire feeds, and it's tough because there's these things called algorithms.
Sweet baby Rays.
But if the algorithm brought you to me, thank you, little inception moment. I just hope we embrace this, and I'm going to try to, and I think I'm just doing maybe a lot of self-examining. I don't know if this is resonating with all you guys, just I've done so much thinking lately about like my own body type and my own pressures I put on myself and what I let other people influence, and now I'm like, no. I'm gonna follow people that inspire me. I'm gonna follow athletic women, strong women, empowered, educated women. Some girls that just got great fashion taste. Like, there's nothing wrong with just following something because you think it looks good, but let's do this. Like, let's stop just clicking on something because it's gonna be get a smaller. And I'm guilty of this too. I click on something like, oh wait, she does have such a tiny waist. Like, she does have such a big booty, but like, let's flip it. We have the power. Let's do this. Let's have some performance-based goals right now. I have an absolutely absurd one, and I don't even think it's possible, but my running journey has really transformed me, and I thought I'd want to do these like crazy long distance runs, but actually I've really been getting into sprinting and jumping and like explosive training. So stay tuned to the channel if you want to see that. I'm really excited to bring you guys. Like I said, I'll show a sneak peek in the next little bit, the challenge I'm gonna do. It's absurd, it is absurd. I don't even think it's possible, but I'm gonna try. And let me know down in the comments anything you experienced, if this resonated with you guys. I hope it did. And like, let's take our bodies back. And let's just be badass motherfuckers in the gym, lift heavy, and who gives a crap what we look like? Look how you want to, I don't give a crap. Anyways, have a great day, go pet a dog. Love you guys, bye. Put out the feminism.